No! No!
Resident Evil.
3. Load the game? Sure. They have taken everything from me. Everything, but I won't give up. I won't allow them to win. I will survive. They can't stop my last escape. Well, Nelly, here I am. How do you play this game? This is rather unsettling. It is a rather unusual state of affairs. I am in the situation I have not found myself in previously, in a rather unique situation. I have resented this game so much that as much as I could argue that I have been busy with other pursuits in life, I just did not want to even have a look at it. I left it aside and figured, you know what? That's fine, I'm gonna pursue other things. I don't care. I'm not interested, I'm not gonna, and you can't make me. Well, here I am. At it again. Unfortunately. With a desperate need for a bit of a refresher on what on earth I have been doing last time. I do understand that we're in the general clock tower area. I do therefore expect a boss fight at the clock tower, a climactic encounter with the Nemesis. I understand that I have found, hold on, I have found a new weapon, haven't I? I have not managed to pick it up because I did not have enough inventory slots. So it's just over there in the central room, huh? That's interesting. Well, here's a couple of problems. First of all, I have these 2 keys I presumably should lug around. I have the lockpick I want to have on me in case I need to unlock some secret compartment or whatever the hell. I have the shotgun that I tend to use against zombies, blow their heads off. And since I want to do that, I would also presumably be wise to carry shotgun shells. The Magnum is a mighty weapon with a huge, impressive stopping force. But then there's the grenade launcher and the extra flame. Okay, maybe I'm overdoing this a bit. How many weapons do I need, realistically? I don't think I want the Magnum. If I am in a scenario where I absolutely need to deal with a powerful foe, I'm just going to resort to using the grenade launcher. Otherwise, I'm leaving 4 inventory slots perfectly free. Is that enough? Will that be enough? Quite frankly, at this point, I kinda don't care. How is the Stars card still here? How has it not been depleted? Is there a spot I can use it on? Have I missed something? I don't know. My idea was to head upstairs, but if I do that, then I'm leaving the general living room area unexplored. No, hold on, I have to go there anyway to go upstairs. I can't actually, How do you zoom in? Wait, I thought you press A to zoom in, and now it just cycles? Yes. Well, that's rather unfortunate. Anyway, I need to head to the central room. So north and the door to the west, because the door to the east seems inaccessible. I think I've tried both keys. And if I can use one of them somehow, then so be it. I guess I can visit that place later. For now, however, I have to run past the little spiders, head to the central room. I can pick up another weapon, so it's not like I'm going to need a third one on me. I'm gonna get a third one over there. In which case, maybe I should discard something like the grenade launcher. I don't know. I need to be prepared to run. Remember how to quick turn. Okay, let's get through this. In case I have to, I can always reload, etc. I can come back here, I can heal, I can do whatever I want. There we go. I also need to remember not to press the use button all too hastily, because I could skip a cutscene. I also remember, yes, of course, you can't pass through here. This spot is utterly inaccessible because the table is in the way. You can't wedge yourself between the table and the stairs. Impossible. Oh, you can deal with any sort of a wasting affliction by ingesting these little herbs over here. Will the guy get on up once I pick up the weapon? Is that how this is scripted? Also, there's some extra healing over here that I've left behind. How wonderful. Another thing to keep in mind, music boxes have inscriptions on them. The left one says Dud Dud, and the right one is Udu Udu, from what I recall. Will you take the mine thrower? Oh yeah, that reminds me of the boss fight. It's mine! You've taken the mine thrower. He is holding something in his hand. Operation instruction. Order for... One instruction? One order? Okay. Order for UBCS Echo Team. Wipe out the downtown area of the infestation and then evacuate the remaining citizens to the clock tower. Evacuate citizens, good. Among the civilians, remember to give priority to the employees of the Umbrella's affiliates. Well, see, this is why you get all sorts of benefits. This is it's nice that you want to reward the sort of people who are loyal to you. Understandable, brilliant, wonderful. You make business with the Umbrella Corporation, you get the red carpet rolled out when they evacuate you to the clock tower, I guess. Remember to stay alert because the infected have a high endurance rate and will strike without hesitation. Evacuation procedure. Once the mission is complete, or when it becomes too impossible to accomplish. Too impossible? I mean, it can become partially impossible. Anyway, evacuate immediately. Okay. We'll deploy a helicopter that is waiting in the suburbs. Is the game about to be over? Because I guess that... No, we'll clearly go to our secret underground lab at one point. There's gotta be a self-destruct secret. There's gotta be. Or will there? I mean, it would be highly disappointing if there was none. There's gotta be a self-destruct sequence. Anyway, we'll deploy a helicopter that's waiting in the suburbs. That's presumably the end of the game. Once we get to the helicopter, I'm fairly confident that's game over. We'll deploy a helicopter that's waiting in the suburbs to the yard in front of the clock tower. Listen, basic reading comprehension here, okay? A helicopter's waiting in the suburbs. Gotcha. It's gonna be deployed to the yard in front of the clock tower. Well, I'm here. The helicopter isn't. It could get here, or perhaps it never got here. Perhaps I have to venture into the suburbs. Who knows? 3. When you are ready for evacuation, ring the bell of the clock tower to signal the helicopter. Is the helicopter out there? I don't know. I am gonna ring the bell anyway. You've taken the operation instruction. Just one. I don't need any more instructions. Mercenary's corpse. He might have died fighting. I'm only going to use the mine thrower in the most dire of circumstances. Oh, that's a nice arrangement of flowers. Can you remark on the flower range? No, no. Nothing to say on the bouquet? Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. It's not like she has any sort of an obligation to remark on bouquets. That's fine too. I'm stalling. I tend to stall. That's what I do. I'm stalling like I'm stalling. Let's head upstairs. Transition to another area, yes. Zombies. Spiders! Whoa! Downstairs, downstairs, downstairs! Are you poisoned? She's fine. Okay. I heard the skittering noises. And it wasn't those crafty Skaven. The spiders, I tell you. I might have wasted time. I don't care at this point. I don't care about pretty much anything. I am past the point of caring. Okay, this is the place. This is the place. We've gone up here. This is where we end up, okay? There's the stairs. There's this absolute dead end. And then there's a winding path to the other side. Where we will go. There's an open door over there. Presumably, that's where little bitch Carlos dwells at this point. Sulking. I know, I see the red thing, but I also see spiders. If only there was some way for me to nail them from a distance, you know? I would love that. Aha! Turn and run! Run away. Down the stairs so the little spiders disappear. And back we go. Maybe a short distance, but the path is filled with spiders. Come on, there's gotta be something here, except for that part. Well, no, presumably... Oh, no, hold on. Presumably I input a code, and then it does something on the left or on the right. Spider! 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 Wrong button again. How are you doing? She's fine. I'm gonna head downstairs just in case. I know this is terrible. I should presumably stomp on the tiny spiders, but they unload when I leave the screen. And when they attack you, I think they might be able to poison you, which we wouldn't want now, would we? So the easiest way to deal with them is to just go downstairs briefly instead of desperately trying to stomp them before they jump on you. What are ya? Out with it! Jill? Hello? It's a foreground object, okay? It's gonna do something, but I guess I can't interact with it. What is it? Is it a bomb? Does it explode? These are explosives, right? So I make it across the corridor and kablamo! It goes off. I can no longer cross this place. I have to find my way some other way, huh? But she's not gonna even dignify it with a remark. She's just gonna walk right past it, like it doesn't exist. Well, watch out. The thing might just go off. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. I think it might be an explosive device. Seems reasonable. Explosives tied up with some thing. I don't know what else it is supposed to be. Then again, Jill is the explosives expert. I'm not. It could be anything. Reloading. Hey, Carlos, have you come to your senses yet? Are we going to have an awkward exchange? Yeah, we're outside. Oh, it's wet. It seems to be aged and crumbling. Now don't fall off the edge. That's what you do to your enemies. Or what you should do. Can you ring the bell? A fixture that lights the hour plate of the clock. Oh, great. Can we put electricity through it so when we walk across this little bit, of water, we electrocute ourselves. That would be great. A fixture that lights the hour plate of the clock. Okay, 2 fixtures. Will you push the switch? No. Why not? You know, I just want to investigate further, I guess. There is a keyhole on the ornamental copper plate. Will you use the bezel key? Okay. You no longer need this key. Will you discard it? Sure. Absolutely will. Explain this to me then. It's a key ornamented with a clock part. It has a screw-shaped ornament to put a round-shaped object. I guess we need to find the other part. Ooh, red herbs, would you? Look at that. Mixing 2 red herbs is completely pointless, isn't it? Well, I guess we'll have to go through more spiders downstairs. No, the spiders can't poison you. They have already attacked me down there. Fixture that lights the hour plate. This is so pointless. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to save here. Let's see what happens when I push the button. Okay. Does it short circuit? Is there some other problem? Whatever. I'm just exploring. Instead of randomly speculating about we getting up. Is there a zombie upstairs? Oh, hello. Oh, hello. What have we here? Please give me an item box. Please give me an item box. I need to find... Oh, gee willikers, it's an item box. Would you look at that? Oh my goodness, there's so many items over here. Now, now. Before I proceed with anything else... This is rather silly. I don't even have green herbs on their own. Okay. Well, first of all, before I save, since I've done basically nothing, might as well inspect everything. A beautifully ornamented gadget. Ooh, I like gadgets. Hello there, Uncle Gadget. Will you take the MT rounds? Okay, you've taken the Mr. T rounds. What are those? Special bullets that burst if anyone other than the user approaches, thanks to the equipped sensor. Used for the mine thrower. Ah yes, the mine thrower rounds. Can I load them into the mine thrower? Shells still remain in the cartridge. Reload unavailable. Okay. I like it though. They detect gills and don't go off. Okay, maybe they detect the thrower. Will you take the silver gear? Okay. I've taken the silver gear, for what it's worth. I could save, I know. Oh hey, hello there. A music box with elaborate ornamentation. There are switches marked A to F. Will you operate the switches? Move it up or down. Now listen, I have 2 passwords. I don't know which one of these I want to use. Switch A. A. How about we do dud dud? You have to click next. Switch B. I mean, this is dud dud, isn't it? A is down, B is up, C is down, D is down, E is up, F is down. I probably need to do both. There are two configurations, and the question is, which one do I need? Presumably, if I had to guess, the one on the right side, because the door on the right is inaccessible. And I don't see anything on the left I could possibly access. So maybe the one I need is Udu Udu. So let's reverse this entirely. The interesting part in... Stop, please! Wait, I'm doing this in the dumbest way possible. It plays the thing to you, and then you can flip these. You're presumably supposed to replicate what you've just heard instead of doing this blindly. But maybe if you're completely tone deaf, the fact that you have the music boxes downstairs that play these tunes helps you. Maybe that's the secret sauce to this. That even if you have no idea what you're doing, you can just replicate the thing downstairs, one of them, and then you ultimately are going to end up in a situation where it's the right tune. Okay, how about I mean, I've set it to the other option. Am I supposed to press a button or something? Will you operate the switches? No. I've operated the switches enough. Am I supposed to shine the lights on or something? Can I walk up these steps? No, I don't think I can operate heavy machinery. Beautiful ornamented gadget. Yes, there's also a gear missing. Nothing happened. Well, you know, the gears are turning. Does this need a different gear? Are they turning the right way? Maybe I need Ududad or Dadudu. Hold on, does it play twice? Okay, let me try to replicate this, okay? Let me try to replicate this. I think they might give me 2 plays. And I'm supposed to set one to the one thing and the other one to the other thing. And in principle, I should be able to do this because I can hear it. Okay, let me at least give it a good old-fashioned go. Hold on. Music box. Okay. Will you operate? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Do 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 do. Versus. That's terrible, no. Down. To do as opposed to what? Oh, it's terrible. But maybe that's what it's supposed to be, I don't know. 3. Then what's down? Din. Tidun versus. Oh, no. Dun. Yes. No. That's much more harmonious. What? Is there a play button? Hold on. How have I missed it? You know, reading comprehension is an important part of all of this. We will take the Chronos chain. Chronos, master of all time. Check it. A chain made to adore the god of time. That's not the verb you... Whatever. There's a small screw hole near the ornament. The Chronos key. It's a key designed to adore a god of time. Yes, sure. Listen, I could put the gear away, but you know what? I get the impression that what you need to do is find the right gear for this place and put it here. Take the gear from over here, put it elsewhere. There's only one place we can effectively go to now. So, guess what? We go downstairs, take the stupid gear with us. Ironic. Gotta move that gear down. We put the gear over there in whatever receptacle houses another gear, the wrong gear. We take that gear away from there, bring this gear up here, put the gear here, and bada bing, bada boom, it all works. Unless the music box has fixed things. Yes, because the music box is going to fix machinery. The gear ratios are incorrect, right? This turns, and this turns that, and this... Yeah, you just need more teeth. Twice as many teeth as far as I can tell. Now, I'm just a simple software engineer, but that's my understanding of the situation we are dealing with right now. Do I take more mine thrower rounds? It doesn't sound necessary. I'm gonna ditch the grenade launcher for now. I am going to take the gear. Logos have mercy. I'm going to leave a lot of stuff behind because apparently it seems unnecessary to me. Against all reason, and despite the fact that I have been bemoaning the dearth of ink ribbons, I am going to... I have just acquired 3 additional ink ribbons. Since I have an excess of ink ribbons, I have currently the luxury of being capable of saving. You see, I update my beliefs to match the empirical reality around me. Okay. I am left with 4 ink ribbons. The biggest difficulty with the ink ribbons most of the time is noticing them in the first place. They're about 5 pixels, okay, of black on a table. But eventually you get into the habit. You look at a table and figure, these pixels, I see them. This pattern, that must mean that there are ink ribbons there. It's lunacy, I tell ya, but it works. And if it works, it works. I'll be right back. Will you go down the ladder? Go down, Jill, go down. Clank, 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 clank. Press it. And that did basically nothing. I haven't pressed it. Well. Yeah, run up, run. No, that's gonna kill us. Use the light, use the code. Use the light! Fall off, you It probably doesn't. She blinded the Nemesis, and then, mind you, after an entire game spent avoiding the creature, using the knowledge of the fact that this place is flimsy, and rolling with exactly what I've suggested, something is gonna be pushed over this, out of this balcony all the way down, she just shoulder bashed the Nemesis off a building. Wait, that was the climactic confrontation with the Nemesis at the clock tower? Now listen, now hear me out. I want this to be the climactic original Resident Evil 3 confrontation against the Nemesis, because if it isn't, that means there's gonna be another one, and I'm not looking forward to that. I wanna get out of here. Can you play through this entire game and actually not fight the Nemesis at all? I mean, to any further extent than I have. Because the enemy seems completely unstoppable, so it's an absolute waste of time and ammo to grapple with him. Can you just, for the most part, ignore him? And at best just bully him off of buildings and such? Is that a possibility? Why am I not taking this seriously, Twinny? Why am I lugging around healing? Oh. Seems to have been shorted out. Oh, I see. I've ruined the lights. Well. However, I am moderately proud of myself. I'm not proud that I haven't put the healing away. What am I... Hold on, so whoa, hold on. So I have mixed herbs, 2 green, there's the red one here, 2 green herbs here, red one, spelled red one. The maximum healing combination, first aid spray, second first aid spray, third first aid spray, fourth, fifth first aid spray. I have 5 sprays of full healing. Yeah, this game is rough. Apparently not rough enough. Remark on it. Remark on your accomplishment. It seems to be aged and crumbling. That's okay, Jill. Now tell me, what is that thing over there? Are these explosives? Where's bitch boy Carlos? What is this? Why? Are we just gonna pretend that's nothing, even though it's such a foreground thing? It's completely out of place here. It is something. Is that just gonna randomly come in handy at some point? Is that what's happening? Listen, I know I've been harping on this game. Sometimes I may be more fair to it than in other times, but still, I think I have a point. Sometimes. The fact that I've missed the play button on the thing upstairs though, boy, that was something. And the 2 music boxes help you actually... Oh, hold on, yeah. One of the music boxes is, listen, nice melody. The other one is absolute grating nightmare. That's completely discordant. Yeah, which do you prefer? Yeah, use that one. Upstairs, just replicate the combination of pins. Just do that. If you're completely tone deaf, just do that. Yeah, I guess if you are thorough enough, you are rewarded with a solution to the puzzle. Otherwise, you have to wing it, which is fine. Quite frankly, I think they should have expected me to wing it, because even at my worst, I still can listen to the music and figure out that one of these is atrocious to listen to and completely discordant, and the other one makes sense. I can put that much together. I can solve this puzzle. And if I can solve this puzzle, I think almost anyone can solve this puzzle. Especially since the number of combinations is laughable. It's what, 2 to the 6th power. Come on. Anyway, we go through here, we see spiders! Spidey! The Nemesis has killed the spiders! No, nothing suspicious here. Sure, Jill. Sure. Whatever you say. Oh, nothing suspicious here. It's just books. We don't care about books. Okay, let me tell you which key to use. I don't need to use this right now. Jill? By which she means I do need to use this right now, but I'm not going to let you do the smart thing and actually use the Kronos key from the inventory screen on the door. I'm saying, was I not standing at the right angle or close enough? Well, in that case, I presumably shouldn't have been able to open the door by pressing the use key. Now, should I have? Which means that I had the right item, but once again, I was not allowed to do the smart thing. Again, I've looked at the situation and figured there are probably 2 ways to open this door. Clicking the use button, at which point it tells you, you have used this and this key. We're not even going to make you think about it. Convenience. Or to use it from the inventory when facing the door. Which I was aiming for, to show you how brilliant I am. I have 1 key. And 1 door that's locked. I'm gonna use the 1 key on 1 door. They don't even let you do that. No, you have to press use. You no longer need this key. Will you discard it? Yeah. Give me the gear. Spiders! Big spiders. Whoa! Run! Out the door. Wrong button. She's fine. Turn around. Enter. Spiders! Cobwebs. Zombies in the cobwebs. This game, like quite a few out there, reward stupid behavior. You wanna walk up to that zombie tangled in web? Sure! Here, have grenade rounds. You deserve them. His face is twisted with an expression of pain. Gee, I wonder why. He seems to have died from poisoning. That's a nasty way to go. Tangled in webs by a giant spider and then slowly dying of poison. Spider! Spider! Die! Spider, we go. No. Jill, are you poisoned? Are you poisoned yet? You poisoned her, Jill? She's fine. Does she only get poisoned by the acid spray? The poison spray? The venom spray? I guess venom, yeah. The venomous excretions of the Spidey bee. Whoa! Run! Do the tiny spiders do anything? Or is this just one of those fetish things where she's supposed to stomp on them to derive some sick sense of satisfaction? A window. Will zombies bust in through the window? I don't know. Walk up to the window. Ignore the window, get jump scared. Yeah, hallway with windows. I don't trust it. Anyway, we go through here and to the left. Press use occasionally, but don't press use as you're moving. You can skip a cutscene. Wouldn't want that now, would we? The brilliance of the elegant and ever so wonderfully written dialogue over here. Oh. Now, now that's brutal. Eesh, okay. Yeah, clocks. Oh. Will you get an up? Mercenary's pocketbook. The 26th of September. It's only been 3 hours since the mission started, but the team is down to me and Campbell. Number of the zombies is far greater than we expected. There's no hope left for the city. We've already injected the antibody for the virus, but I'm not sure that'll work. I don't know if I'll survive. Listen, I'm not a medical expert here, but don't vaccines usually work before the fact? If you're going on a mission and the company that employs you has developed both a virus and, well, a cure, an antidote, a vaccine, something, is it not possible for them to provide you with something ahead of time that's gonna prevent you from turning into zombies? Because I assume if they actually have the formula, they can probably, you know, act ahead of time. And if they cannot protect you, they probably cannot protect you at all. Or is this something that does work like a serum? As in, okay, it's only going to be in effect after you're already infected, poisoned, whatever the hell, and then you take it and then you get rid of the lingering effects. Is that the case? Maybe it is, but this seems questionable. You'd think, if anything, Umbrella would provide them with a vaccine. Details. September the 27th. No, I shouldn't read I hate reading things like that. No. Day first, then month. The 27th of September. We managed to reach the clock tower. Just the two of them. She, or he, probably she, alongside Campbell. Yeah, Bruce Campbell, nice reference. Anyway, we managed to reach the clock tower. Out of desperation, we robbed some wounded members of the weapons and used the surviving citizens as decoys. Shrewd, very classy, guys. Wonderful. You know, you'd think the thing I would object to is the usage of human shields or them robbing their comrades in arms. But the thing I object to most of all here is the inconsistency. You said it was just down to you and another guy. So, is that the case or is it not the case? Have you found more guys? Because if you have people who are wounded but not dead, that means there's more than just the two of you. But anyway, whatever. We were taught to do this in order to survive in the battlefield, but I never enjoyed it. Thanks, that makes it all the better. You know, the difference between you just using human shields and reveling in it, and using people as human shields but feeling bad about it, is so pronounced to the people you're using as human shields. You know, when they see that you feel bad about it, I guess they die a little bit happier. Because you have qualms, you're a good person. You feel bad about what you're doing to them. Ah. Wonderful. I never understood the appeal of feeling bad. Really. Now, I get it. If you're only doing a given thing as a last sort of a result, sure, there is something to it, because hypothetically you wouldn't have done it in other circumstances. And then, if that's the case, and we are in other circumstances, well, I'm going to have a bit more trust in you, because if that's actually the case, then you're not gonna do the thing that ultimately leads to my untimely demise or something along those lines. That makes you a better person than if you're just reveling in it. Sure, but in itself, just having that negative sort of an attitude and beating yourself up over a given thing gives me no comfort and makes you no better of a human being. Really. In fact, or if anything, I would perceive this sort of an attitude as very self-serving. Because on one hand, you're doing something terrible, but on the other hand, you are refusing to be honest with yourself or with other people to any extent. You look at the situation thinking, look, the situation has forced me to do this. I'm not choosing to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't revel in it. I'm not happy about it. It's just the way it has to be. I am a victim of the circumstances. I have been failed by society, by the company, by the world itself, by what I find myself in, by fate or by deities. You're still making the same choices, though. I hate it when people just disassociate themselves from the decisions they're making. That's why I hate this sort of an attitude. Oh, well, it's what I have to do. Which is interesting because at the end of the day, I tend to be such an intentionalist, and yet over here I seem to take such a cynical, consequentialist attitude towards ethics. But I digress. Because quite frankly, discussing very basic concepts of ethics is significantly more entertaining than getting through Resident Evil 3, the original. However, a girl showed up at the clock tower before me. She is one of the survivors. She looks just like my sister before she starved to death. September the 28th, I wanted to evacuate as soon as possible. But the girl didn't. Her father insisted that he wouldn't leave the city while his beloved wife rests in peace. Tell you what, you kill the guy, take the girl. She might resent you for that, but if you leave her by the father, they're both gonna die. Possibly, you know, she's gonna watch her father get ripped apart by zombies before she does so. So all in all, that might be a preferable solution. It's not neat. If you can persuade a guy, great. If the guy dies in some other way and you can keep your hands clean, that's also great. But then again, what alternatives do you have? You can insist on using them as human shields, or you can abandon them. You have all sorts of options. I just wanted to point out that sometimes the best option you have available to you isn't necessarily particularly neat and clean. Doesn't make you feel good. But that's the thing, you see. Being a good person isn't about making yourself feel good, or even necessarily sometimes about making people happy in the moment. And of course, we can have a very convoluted discussion on what exactly constitutes being a good person. But let's see what the protagonist does. I really wanted to save the girl, but Campbell said, all I care about is our lives. The worst part about reading all of this is that you're dealing with a genuinely grueling sort of a scenario, but it's written in prose that is so bad that it genuinely takes away from the underlying idea. So ultimately, I guess you could say that the writing isn't particularly awful, but the translation effectively is. And I'm not sure I want to blame the translators, but at the same time, if you were to put it into more idiomatic English, if you were to maintain, ultimately, a sense of drama in this, by putting it in words, using the right tone, the right sort of vocabulary, etc., it could be so much more than it is. Because yes, all the beats are here to the story. It's all explained very verbosely, maybe unnecessarily so. You could leave quite a few things unstated and it would actually make a better impression, quite possibly. So maybe it's not the translation necessarily. Maybe to an extent it is the writing. Maybe the idea behind the story is brilliant. It's just the way it is expressed is needlessly explicit. Maybe some of these details could be omitted and we could read between the lines. Look at the situation and figure, oh, so that's what happened. That's how I felt before, but now... See, the worst part about all of this is that you read the earlier parts, some of them you figure out for yourself, and the rest you can pretty much anticipate. You don't need all of this spelled out. It is once again an insult to your intelligence for the most part. This it is to mine. Even though this story is gripping to an extent. As simple as it may seem. It is tragic, it is drastic, it is rather impressive, and yet all of that gets bogged down in the way it's phrased. The clock tower has become a dangerous place, and I don't want to make any more mistakes. Any more mistakes, spelled separately. You've taken the Merc's pocketbook. Pocketbook? What is that? An umbrella mercenary. Seems that he died trying to shield someone's daughter. Okay, so it's a guy. Sorry, at this point it was difficult to tell. Moira's? The Three Fates? Please don't, thank you. I'm glad this is a puzzle. I can solve puzzles. I just don't want to, say, fight the Nemesis, etc. Face zombies. I think I'm mostly done with zombies, though. This place is mostly about puzzles. But presumably once I resolve those, it'll be down to combat. Endless strife. I was wondering whether I could save here. A bell? A spell bell for the clock tower. It would take incredible strength to move it. Where's Carlos when you need him? Probably griping about things. Being all dramatic. Instead of, you know, being well put together and actually dealing with the circumstances he's in, as he should, considering his line of work. Clearly he's not cut out for this. What do I know? Okay, what do we have here? A maiden statue holding a tray. An amber ball is on the tray. Will you take the amber ball? No. What about you? What do you have? A maiden statue holding a tray. An obsidian ball is on the tray. Will you take the obsidian ball? No. Amber, obsidian, a maiden statue? Yes. A crystal ball. Will you take the crystal ball? Amber, obsidian, crystal. A-O-C. What about the clocks? Tell me about the clocks. Past goddess. There's a tray under the picture. Present goddess. There is a tray under the picture. Future goddess. There's a tray under the picture. Okay. Which one of you is the youngest? I would say obsidian is going to represent death. You've taken the obsidian ball. Check it. A ball made of obsidian. Cool. I think maybe the degree of decreasing clarity would be indicative of things. Future goddess, there is a tray. Will you put the obsidian ball in the tray? Yeah. Okay. Listen, there are 3 balls, 3 trays. There are only so many ways to position them. For the first one, you have 3 options. And at that point, you're just left with 2 balls. So you have 2 more options. Right? So that's 6 possible combinations, I think. Maiden and statue holding a tray, and amber balls on the tray. This is the amber one. Show me the crystal one. Taking the crystal ball. Okay, I think in order of decreasing clarity, I would go crystal, amber, and obsidian. From light to dark. Yes! Will you put the... Yes! And that's apparently not what we're supposed to go with? Okay, we'll tell you what. That takes me back in time. Maybe we're supposed to... Maybe we're supposed to start out with amber. Maybe my original idea was right all along. I think they're all supposed to be noon. Yeah, you start out with amber, then the amber goes away, gives way to nothingness, and then... Well, that's not it. Will you take the obsidian ball? Sure. You know, I could just observe the changes. What if I put the obsidian ball over here? Yes! Rolls it back to fall. And if I give you amber? Yes! Huh. What if I take you away? That rolls it back to 9 from 10. That takes you all the way back to 3. Okay, hold on. I could try every single combination. You could also not have a ball over there. So let's see. You have... Oh, I have... You have... the first bit. And the first bit... You have 1, 2, 3. We start out at... if there's nothing... 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 We are at 4 o'clock. What if I put... Stop. Stop. What if we put a crystal ball under the first one? That's -1. So that lands us at whatever. We start at 5, it lands us at 4. What if I put the same ball over here? That's an hour forward. Hold on, maybe it's denominations. Maybe the color of the ball tells you how much it'll turn, and the placement of the ball dictates which direction it'll go. We put the crystal ball over here, and it goes +2. Yeah, that adds up. So, the past goddess rolls us back an hour. Then the present one is plus 1 hour. And the future one is plus 2 hours. So if my hypothesis is correct, the past goddess is going to roll the clock back. Stop clicking this. If we use the amber one, that's going to be what, 2? Three, I think. That rolls us to 2. Okay. We go back to 5. And if I put it here... Stop, Weston, stop! Amber here. Put the amber ball on the tray. Haha! It takes us from 5 all the way to 7. Does it? Yes, it does. To 7, so that's plus 2. And it's going to be plus 3 over here, right? $11. Ah, so if my understanding is correct, the future is the present times 2. And the past is the present times minus 1. So what is obsidian? Because I presume I add too much and it's gonna scroll past, so then I have to take away some of it. Okay, we start out at 5. Where do we end up when I put the obsidian here? We are at 3. So that's minus 2. So that's gonna be plus 2 and minus 4, if I'm correct. Right? Plus 2, so it should end up at 7. Yes. It's at 5. So, according to this should be plus 4, so it should be at 9. It's at 9. Yeah, there's this nice little saying. If you want to show people how smart you are, shut up, don't boast, just make predictions. That's very sensible. Just make predictions. Okay. So, as I have said, the present over here gives you... it moves you forward in time by a baseline value. The past moves you back in time by the same amount, so it's minus 1 times whatever the hell the baseline is, and the future is twice the baseline. What we have is... the crystal ball is 1. Yes, then... oh, I haven't written down the other one, but yes. The amber is 3. Yes, I think I have this as plus... should be as plus 3 anyway. And obsidian is 2. We start out at 5. So this is basically X, Y, and Z. Minus X plus Y plus 2 times Z equals equals 12 minus 5. Meaning, why is that the case? Because we are at 5 and we want to get to 12. So, minus x plus y plus 2 times z equals 7. Now, what are the possibilities for x, y, and z? Why, it's 1, 2, and 3. Well, let's see now. Let's say that we go 1, 2, 3. So that's minus 1 plus 2 plus 6, which is 6 plus 2 is gonna be 8, minus 1 is gonna be 7. Yes, so the solution is crystal, obsidian, amber. Crystal, which puts it back. Obsidian, which moves it forward 2. And then amber, which moves it a whopping total of 6. Will you take the golden gear? Yes, I will. You have taken the golden gear. There's nothing more. What am I supposed to do about the silver gear? I don't need to use this right now. Can I combine the gears? Yes! Because the other gear had the same number of teeth. And what did I tell ya? What did I tell ya? The gear ratios are wrong. I need twice as many teeth. Well, a gear designed after a god of time. Ah yes, a Chronos gear. But what about the bell? The bell must have been set here to shut out the invaders. That'll hold them. It will. Okay, listen. We have the gear. We'll presumably encounter the Nemesis on our way up, but what can you do? We're just gonna run past it. Out-heal the damage further down the line and so on. I'm pretty pleased with the outcome of all of this. Remember, don't press use randomly, as cutscene might get skipped. The zombie did not unweb itself. It's quite astonishing that we haven't encountered any enemies whatsoever at this point. Yeah, we got some zombies busting through the windows before, but not much else is happening. No dramatic interruptions, no chill, nothing. Will the explosive device explode? Because I fully expect it to. It's right there. We go up. Donk, donk, donk. And we put the Chronos gear. Chronos over here. Gear ratios. Ding dong. Yeah, we would like a chopper, please. I would like to leave. Right, sorry. Got a little distracted by the ringing in my ears. Oh, wait, it's actually the clock tower. Well then, listen, that's good enough for me. We have managed to ring the bell. What else could you possibly expect from me? It's gonna keep ringing continuously. Good stuff. So, I actually have no idea what I'm supposed to do next. I guess they might have... they might chopper us out of here, and that might be the end of the game. For all I know. Presumably not. Presumably we'll have to try and fight Umbrella on their own ground. We're gonna get choppered, or this chopper is gonna get shut down. Somehow we're gonna end up in an underground lab, and then there's gonna be a self-destruct sequence. I think. There's gotta be. There's gotta be. Something has to happen. It would be a very short game otherwise. Not that that would displease me. However, for now, guess what? I am just going to save the game. And as such, I will thank you all so much for watching, and you will see me elsewhere.